Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans doing their part to try to distort the vision of the visitors. It's the Houston Cougars and the Colorado Buffaloes. Restate of State Pilot Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Nestled into the gorgeous mountains in Boulder, Colorado, Folsom Field is a spectacular viewing venue for college football. The new coach has it rocking and rolling. Folsom Field continues to build on their tradition of the Buffaloes football team. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Cougars kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They give it to him, first time this season for the transfer. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Tight end finds a soft spot and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Lewis. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Oh, lack of concentration that time by the receiver. If he catches it, it's going to be a first down. You just have to look that ball in. Do what you do every single day in practice. In your sleep, that's a bad break for the offense early.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to take a shot. Soft spot in the middle. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
This quarterback was licking his chops coming into this game. He told us this week he felt like there were some matchups that he could take advantage of against this defense, and he wasted no time. Opening drive of the game, he finds the matchup he likes, and that was an absolute dime.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Welsh. Fakes it past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Lewis to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Got room on the return. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. So the opening drive of the game, and you spin it up. That's not the way to get things started.
Coaches are always preaching about not committing penalties and winning the turnover battle. So you're able to go on this first drive, and you're doing a couple positive things, and then turn it over, not the start this offense won.
The transfer has it his first carry. Breaks the tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Let's talk for a second about Houston. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number be...
Lets it fly. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Cougars! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Sometimes you see play action for teams that don't really even run the football. I love how they run the football, set it up, next play, take the big shot down the field. The receiver makes the play, makes the catch, and runs it into the end zone.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They give it to him again. Runs through the tackle. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Third down from the gun. Lewis just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. They were trying to get the screen set up, but it just took a little too long to develop.
Yeah, and the quarterback's supposed to, invite those guys to run upfield on a screen pass, but they got to him so fast he couldn't get rid of the football, and they got the sack.
Offensive line needs to clean it up. Sack on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell on that pass rush, man, they were coming.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Back to throw, it's Wegman. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Quarterback gets the first down. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping him.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. As we get a look at the numbers so far, they are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Running inside, it's Hughes.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Give to the running back. They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hughes. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Wegman. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Escapes the pressure going right. He'll get rid of it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, that's unfortunate for the offense now because early in the game, you've got an opportunity here in the red zone to at least come away with 3 points, but after the bad decision, they throw the pick, and they come away with nothing.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Rumbles across the 10, down at the 12-yard line after a pickup of 6.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Maybe a crease. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Lewis. Under fire. Finds us back in the middle. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
The run inside. It's Young.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And the Buffaloes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wide receiver going in motion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Back open in the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Lewis. Caught in the backfield, it's Young. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's straight. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for room. It's Hughes. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Dropping back, it's Wegman. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. Nice job, man. They are on it. You can tell. Reacting to what's going on, rushing the passer, being disciplined, tackling. The most important thing is getting guys on the ground. Now they forced an advantageous situation on 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Man, and that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. There he goes. Open it up. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Special teams proving to be special. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's straight. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Using his legs, it's Hughes. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Colorado will go ahead and use its second timeout here. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Houston will be forced to punt. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. Wants to return it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive from the 42. Here's Lewis to throw. Pulls it in. It's Welch. Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Now, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Lewis wants to pass. Got his man. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Welch. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air again, Lewis. Throws for the tight end. And that one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. Throwing, Lewis. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air on 1st down. Got a man. It's Martin. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Catch in the middle, it's Walker. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Houston.
The Cougars come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Snags it over the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for 1 more snap to put up points before the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the third. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Drake. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Wegman. Unloads to the wideout. The sure hands, it's Thomas. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. He'll run it again. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
That's how you blow up the screen pass here on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Wide receiver's going to get a shot at it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Houston going up-tempo. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
Makes the grab on the left. A big 3rd down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it out. It's Perry. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Lewis on the play action. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Lewis. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Got a man. It's Clements. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play. And you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
On the ground, it's Young. Past the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen.
There's a crease. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. The give to the left. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
And the Buffaloes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. A run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Colorado! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he tacked on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's straight. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Running inside, it's Hughes. At the 35, he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to...
There's some room. Got enough for the first. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill.
Makes a grab and room to run.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The run inside. It's Hughes. They'll make the stop, but the chains will move. It's a first down for Houston. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you could see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Got his man to the left. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. Guys, Colorado has the lead here, and we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to run, it's Hughes. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! They move on top here in the fourth. The Cougars with the immediate response.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Lewis to throw. That's reeled in. It's Atkins. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run.
First down here, what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Welch. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. He breaks a tackle. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Running inside. It's Welsh. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The Buffaloes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Runs through a tackle. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And he's got the first down, designed quarterback run. If I'm this offense, I got to get first downs, obviously, but I got to keep putting that foot on the gas. I got to accelerate, got to pick up the tempo, do everything I can to maximize my possessions.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Lewis. Grabbed behind the line. It's Welch. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Bucks! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. The Buffaloes lead back on top.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Coming out with it, it's Drake. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. But they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
He's brought down at the 41-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Hughes. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. To the air, it's Wegman. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
Normally, I would say, 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets open down the middle. Stop short of the marker, and they stop with his defense, and they get the ball back.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuff, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. Right back to it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Welsh. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Timeout Houston, their second. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it on the counter. Got a little grass. Got enough for the first. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the air, it's Beckman. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They'll go back to the air on second down. He's going to take off. He's taking the deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
They'll run play action. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing, and you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoil.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. The crowd has this place jumping already. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Tar Heels headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. To get that one off, it'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Back to the ground game on the left. Maybe some room here. Picks up the first down. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
Man, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And the extra point was good. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now they'll run it to the right here. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking down the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They're working that left side. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And they dug themselves a hole in this football game. I get it. Obviously, defense has not played great on the other side. But this possession right here, man, this is big. Get the passing game going. Get a little bit of balance going. I think they need to score on this possession to take a little pressure off and kind of get that defense juiced up.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. On the move. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Here's a little room there. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards too. Nice execution by this offense.
And the Tar Heels have their offense in high gear. Looking downfield on first down. Got the back over the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
And this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He's got it on the run. Headed to the end zone. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal.
And you can hear the exhale from up here, guys. Like that was a big 3rd down. This offense, they've already dug themselves a hole, right? They understand. They're down. It's getting closer to the half. They need to make some plays. That was a big 3rd down.
This quarterback part of their running game. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. You know, they make fun of kickers for not worrying about contact, but that's about as rough as it gets. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. They go play action. Bryce Underwood throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Marsh. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gurley or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
You see this a lot from offensive coordinators. Where are you weak? Where are you vulnerable? Where can I get an edge? And you see him try to get the ball in the perimeter early in the 1st quarter. Can I get outside the tackle boxes and have success?
And not only that, stretch them side to side, and it can pay off with your inside runs.
No doubt. Get them running sideline to side. Also get them a little tired.
Now, this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the 1st. With the catch, it's Marshall. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary. Catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fires to the tight end. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be. It's just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Leaves it with the back. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Rides to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, "Sit down, sir."
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Underwood. Trying to set up the screen. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. They'll send out the kicker here. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Oh, the attempt is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Sends it back in motion. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. The Tar Heels want to move quickly. Wants to adjust the pattern. Quarterback keeper. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Just going to keep it after the snap. Finding some room. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, your quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
And the Tar Heels looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Their lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Marshall. Thrust that arm out. Found a little bit of room and picked up 8 before he was stopped, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. The Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go right back to it. The stiff arm, and now he's got room. Could be an outing. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
Hey, how about that, guys? Like, make no bones about it. Bring in the big bodies, goal line personnel. Like, we're going to pound you right between the eyeballs. Sometimes people get aggressive on second and short and take shots. This offense said, nah, we want to get the first down, and we want to get it now.
Run in the red zone, it's Marshall. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense. Like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Marshall. They knock him down right there. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. North Carolina will call its second timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll send the back in motion. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Plucks it out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. It's fourth down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Throws it back. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the fumble goes out of bounds, and they'll lose a few on that play.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Underwood. Moving out to the right. Breaks into the open. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And this defense, how about it, man? Putting some pressure on the quarterback, getting the big sack, but now letting him take off and get so many yards back and climb back in this third down situation. Good response by this offense from a disastrous first down.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. On the move. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in third and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on third down.
They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
Here's Underwood to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but...
Makes a grab. They will score! Touchdown, Michigan!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive. One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Thurman. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half, this is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. That's a great start to this second half.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or...
Snags it, and he's open. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The Tar Heels will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, UNC! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go right back to the run. Makes it past the marker. Right down the gut of the field. The 20. Inside the... And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Wolverines.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. With that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And he's going to try to return this one. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Or you see my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
Priority number one, protecting your quarterback. You're down in the ball game. You got to make sure you don't get those hits on him. Protect him a little bit more. We can get some big plays down the field.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Out across the 25 to the 26, but needed a little bit more. It'll be fourth down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
He wants to go deep. Goes high to pull it in. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
Wants to throw again. Fires to the big fella. Fights off a defender. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Man, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm. The passing game looking good.
Trying to bull his way in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. This is a designed run. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Marshall. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
They'll go right back to it. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw, and wings it incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Pulls it in. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, the defense gave up a couple of yards, but they're happy to give that up because they know the clock is still ticking. They're trying to bleed this thing. If you want to throw it over the middle of the field inbounds, they'll give that to you all day.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Makes the grab, it's Thurman. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw again. Got it. Still on his feet at the 45. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And the drive has been really, really solid. And we've got to maximize this possession. Down a couple of possessions, got to make sure we're aggressive, not reckless, but aggressive, and make sure we've got a plan for the shorter part of the field down here so we can get a touchdown.
Makes the grab. Inside the 35. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation. A beautiful throw out in front of the target.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Edwards. Quickly out to the tight end. He's loose. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the Tar Heels line it up with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Tar Heels! And the comeback is on.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the 2nd half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. So this offense really needs to put together a drive as they've seen their lead. Turning it on! And he's got the 1st down. Good pickup on the play there. And now we'll see what they do coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Marshall. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. No wasted time as the defense uses a timeout here. 1:54 left to play.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the fourth quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Mo is all on the side of the defense.
Situation like this late in the game, and the offense might be content just to barge right into the middle of that crowded run D. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. North Carolina will call it second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44. Zings it complete to the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. That is the final timeout for the Tar Heels. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He's got enough to move the chains, and that clock will keep moving, and they'll be able to run it out.
Man, the nicest thing in sports to have is to be able to rely on the run game, to have the lead and be able to run that clock out. Just watch it tick, and the defense can do nothing about it. And that right there gets it.